Hello, my friends, and welcome. Today we have a 30-minute strength training circuit. All you need today are some dumbbells. So we'll be doing both dumbbell activities. I'm going to use my bench, and we'll also have some body weight activities. Okay, so we're going to start with a warm-up of several activities. Each exercise today will be 45 seconds on and 15 seconds off. Okay, so the first of our warm-ups is just going to be neck circles. Okay, so nice big range of motion. Just slow and controlled here, moving half of our time in one direction and then switching and going half of our time the other way. Okay. Next, we're moving to shoulder circles. So nice big range of motion. Again, we'll spend half of our time moving forward and half of our time moving backward. Okay. Moving down, we're going to move to hip circles. So nice big range of motion. Again, we'll spend half of our time moving in one direction and half of our time going the other way. And our last of our warm-up activities is a squat to calf raise. Okay, a couple different options for this. So we can just be in a upright position here and just sitting down into a nice deep squat position and then up onto our toes. Okay, so we can either do this or you can do an assisted squat where I can hold on to something so that I can get a little deeper in my range of motion. So from this position, I can sit down into a nice deep squat position. You can kind of shift side to side here. As I come back up, heading up onto the tops of my toes there to really focus on activating the calves and the lower legs. Okay, so once we're done with our warm-up activities, we're gonna move into our circuit. Each of the exercises in the circuit will be 3 times through. Okay, so again, we'll do 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off for each of these exercises. And we're gonna start with a dumbbell bench press. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my dumbbells. I'm gonna lie flat on my back. Okay, my feet are flat on the ground. Shoulders and hips are also pressed onto my bench, and my thumbs are kind of towards my armpits. And from this position, I'm gonna drive up, breathe out as I press up, and slow and controlled back down. Breathe out, slow and controlled back down. Okay, so 45 seconds for our dumbbell bench press. Next, we're moving to a side lunge press. Okay, so you're gonna want some light dumbbells for this activity. I'm gonna bring my dumbbells up on top of my shoulders. I'm gonna take a nice big step to the side, and notice I want both of my toes to be pointed straight ahead. Okay, so from this position, I'm gonna head to that side lunge, drive up as I bring those weights up and come back to center. Okay, so nice side lunge. Breathe out as I come back up. Okay, so for that side lunge press, we're going to alternate sides. So it should look something a little bit more like this. So we're going to go to the side, press up, side, press up. Okay, so that's our side lunge press. The next activity we're going to do is called a YTW, and you can do this on your bench. If you don't have a bench, you could do this on the ground. We don't need any weights for this. Okay, so I'm gonna lie flat on my tummy. I want my chin right off the edge of my mat here, or off the edge of my bench. And from this position, I'm gonna bring my hands out for my Y, so my palms are pointed down. Squeeze up, back down. Okay, moving to the T. Squeeze those shoulder blades together at the top. Slow and controlled back down. Flip my palms up. Slow and controlled for that Y, okay? So just rotating through each of these positions. Okay, really squeezing the back, squeezing those shoulder blades together for that YTW. Okay, our next exercise is a hip bridge, and I'm going to give you a couple different options for the hip bridge. Okay, so our easiest option is just going to be our feet are flat on the ground. I'm pulling up with my hips, squeezing those glutes, pulling that core in tight and back down, okay? You can also do an alternating single leg hip bridge. Okay, so from this position, I'm gonna lift up, drive that knee and toe up, back down, Okay, alternating sides if you choose to do the single leg option. Okay, so that's our hip bridge. All right, next we have a 90 to 90 kneeling. So this is more of a mobility exercise, but really great for our hip strength, our hip mobility. Okay, so I'm gonna start in this 90-90 position, and I'm gonna place my hands behind my back here. Okay, and I'm gonna open up those hips, lift up to my knees, again, using that core, using those hip strength muscles, set myself back down to the other side. Lift up. Okay, again, slow and controlled with this one for this 90 to 90 kneeling. Okay, very good. Next, we have an alternating leg raise. This is a great core exercise. So I'm gonna lay on my back. Legs are out in front, hands are overhead. And I'm alternating which leg I bring up. Squeeze at the top and back down. Squeeze at the top and back down. Again, slow and controlled is the name of the game here for that alternating leg raise. Okay, and the last exercise in our circuit is a bird dog. Okay, so I'm coming to my quadruped position on all fours here. And from this position, I'm gonna alternate sides, but I'm going opposite arm and opposite leg. I'm gonna bring my elbow to knee, kick up and hold, and back down. Elbow to knee, kick up and hold, and back down. Okay, so that's our bird dog. Once you're done with 3 rounds through our circuit, we've got a couple different cool down activities. The first is gonna be a hip flexor to hammy stretch. I'm gonna use my dumbbell as kind of a balance point here. You could use the yoga block or hold on to something if you want, or you can do it without any assistance as well, okay? So hip flexor to hammy. I'm coming to one knee back and my foot in front of me, and I'm really thinking about pushing those hips forward so I get a nice stretch in this hip flexor, okay? From this position, a lot of different options. I can kind of come forward here to get a deeper stretch, okay? You can also, from this position, bring your hand up, and that's really gonna open up this hip flexor. So focus on what feels good to you and where you kind of need that challenge for that hip flexor stretch. And then I'm gonna shift my weight back, bring this leg straight to stretch that hammy, okay? If you're more flexible than me, you can probably get down a little bit deeper and reach that toe. You can also pull those toes up if you need more of a stretch for the calf. Okay, so this hip flexor to hammy stretch, you can go through both of these movements as slow or as fast as you want, whatever feels good to you, okay? So we'll do 45 seconds each side for that. Our last stretch of the day is quadruped hip circles. Okay, so I'm gonna be in all fours here again. And again, lots of things I can do. Listen to your body and see what feels good to you. You can do some torso twists here if you need to open up in that area. I really like quadruped hip circles, and this is where I'm gonna kind of move my hips in a nice big circle through a nice big range of motion. And again, if you're doing these circles, make sure you go both directions. Just kind of feeling where you need that challenge. Again, I might come down to this position too while I'm at it to really stretch out those hip flexors if you need, stretch out the core and abdominal muscles as well, okay? And that, my friends, is our 30-minute strength and mobility circuit. Hope you have a great day. See you next time.